Like most of the people in his generation, Basquiat idolized Warhol. But Warhol was at a low point in his career when he and Basquiat met. Several people attempted then to introduce Basquiat to Warhol. One of them was Glenn O'Brien, a famous downtown writer and curator, quite talented in his own right, very formative in Basquiat's career, and a very good friend to him. And he brought Basquiat to the factory. But Warhol wasn't interested. Warhol was slightly freaked out by Basquiat's blackness, by his wildness. You know, it wasn't an obviously good fit. But as I said, Basquiat had idolized Warhol from the beginning. He was, you know, the king of art for Basquiat and his peers. It was Bruno Bischofberger who brought them together. Bruno Bischofberger, again, was having lunch with Warhol in Soho, and Basquiat came up and amazingly slapped together a wet self-portrait of him. I mean, of course, Warhol was there taking Polaroids, and Basquiat just put together this amazing canvas that bring it down, still wet, to offer it to Warhol, and Warhol was completely blown away. He said, he's even faster than I am. Bruno Bischofberger, ever the businessman, thought, wow, you know, hot downtown star, famous artist, let's put them together, and he cooked up the idea of them doing collaborations. Basquiat came along at a really good point in Warhol's career. Although Warhol was wildly famous in the years that Basquiat was growing up, by the time he met Basquiat, he was kind of a washout. And he really needed some kind of injection of energy, and Basquiat provided exactly what the doctor ordered. He was this shot of downtown energy, he was exotic, he was, you know, off the chart, subversive, he was full of life, he was a painter, and he got Warhol to paint again. They were really good for each other in the beginning. They were inseparable, they were seen all over town together. The collaborations were huge canvases that combined Warhol's logos with Basquiat's doodles and scribbles. Neither of them were at their best doing them. It wasn't a bad idea that Bischofberger had, it just didn't work, it didn't mesh. Their styles were too different, their working styles were too different. I mean, Warhol was very disciplined, Basquiat would wander in, you know, midday, stoned, that kind of thing. So the final nail in the coffin was this New York Times review in which Vivian Rayner said that while she feared that Basquiat would become an art world mascot, and she had said this the year prior, it seemed that our world forces had prevailed. You know, the question is who's using who, and this appeared to be one of Warhol's manipulations, which, and that Jean-Michel was all too happy to oblige and to be an accessory. Warhol knew right away that this was the end of their relationship. And it's interesting, Michael Halsband did some famous photographs for the poster and the invitation of the two of them in Everlast punching in boxing gear. Warhol essentially thought that the relationship was KO'd by the show, and it was. Basquiat didn't talk to Warhol again after that. But Warhol had been a really good influence on Basquiat for most of their relationship, and Basquiat adored him. And when he turned on Warhol because of this review and the other reviews, he was never quite the same. He did go back to drugs more than ever. And after Warhol's death, he never recovered.